All right, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here. This is Ask an Artist. My name is Ryan Badger. I am the curator of collections at the Briscoe Western Art Museum. And today we have the privilege of speaking with one of our artists for Night of Artists, Curt Mattson. Curt, how are you doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great. Just staying home and staying safe right now. Anxious to get back in the museum. You raised horses. You went to law school. What got you into a career as a professional artist?
Well, I'll tell you, this is 1979, and I had been to Oregon. I'd been to, in fact, the next year I left for Alberta. That's where I met Wendy. It was when I was in Canada when I went up to train horses up there. So many skills in terms of all of this, whether it was breeding, whether it was starting colts, no matter what it was, because we had just done all this stuff. And but I thought, most horse trainers end up broken and broke when they get old. And I thought, I might be broke as an artist, but I won't be busted up, so I can stay a horse trainer. Yeah. So I started to pursue it at that time. This was 1983. Oh, wow. And so I've been doing it for that long, for that many years. And I was very, very blessed because doors opened that the mentors that I had were the very best. Most of them were Cowboy Artists of America members. And what are the components that are going to allow you to communicate to people in a way that they can understand, but it's compelling? Because cowboy art has to have that. It has to be good design. You really got to have all those components. Plus, you need to know your subject matter. Oh yeah. And really study this stuff because there's nothing worse than you get a piece, or somebody was to walk into your home and they say, "Well, but that handlebar isn't tied that way, and his rope wouldn't be," and that kind of thing. Right? Yeah. You have all that good. You can have a lot of good things, but you got to study this stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to put all those pieces together. The Lord totally had his hand on this. It was just one step after another over many years. And I'm, I don't pick up things real quick. For me, it's a lot of you just get to use sweat bullets. And so that's what I did. So that's what got me into this. And so step at a time, it translated from horses into cowboy art. It was just a natural transition.
As you were crafting this piece, what were you thinking?
Well, I'll tell you how this piece came about. A client of ours, he had bought some things at another show. And so he says, "Have you ever done a fly fishing?" And of course, with me, it's always about cowboy, horses, I'm very, that way. And I don't know anything about fly fishing. So I thought, no, I haven't. But that is a great idea. So I pondered and I roughed some stuff in. And finally, this idea came up, and it goes back to just what you were talking about, Ryan. I wanted this piece to be very upbeat, very happy, and have a really good sense of freedom. So I look at all this stuff, and I'll find a saddle that I like, and I'll find a hat style that fits the era and the place that this cowboy is from, and then put the piece together from there.
That's so great. That's so great. I love the research that goes into that. Just the fine details of even finding the tack and the fishing tackle and everything else that you're talking about. And I think that's probably one of the most interesting things for me about Western art in particular is the time and attention and detail that the artist put into their craft. That this is not just, well, we're throwing a cowboy out there and as long as he looks like a cowboy. No, it's like there's regionality, there's technique, there's so much energy that goes into it. And so I thank you very much for giving us that backstory on that, because it just adds more dynamic to the piece. Thank you.
And and that's, I think, what in the collector being able to tell people that story, and then when they start to know this stuff, what they do? They start examining the art not only from a authentic standpoint, but I want them to make good decisions. One of the biggest goals that I have is that they make good decisions. I don't care if it's mine or somebody else's, but look at it with an educated eye.
Curt, thank you so much. We so appreciate you taking time with us. Hopefully we'll be able to have you out at the museum sometime soon, get open again, and be able to see you and our other artists and hear more of your stories about more of your pieces. But thank you so much again. It's just a wealth of information, and we look forward to talking with you real soon.